Well, at Samsung Ads, we really think about brand safety and a fraud-free environment as one and the same. So Samsung Ads leadership and our, I would say, foundation here really stems from Samsung as a brand and how we have been a trusted consumer electronics provider for over 50 years. And in fact, we're the #1 smart television, so global proliferation there. And we've also have our Tizen operating system, which runs on our Samsung smart televisions. And that is the #1 smart TV operating system in the US, and we're seeing great adoption there internationally as well. So when we think of it from both a software and hardware perspective, we're certainly thinking about how we want to continue that pledge to whether consumers or advertisers alike, and ensure that same trust as we partner with our advertisers and connect them with audiences. So taking that a step further is really important to us, and we want to ensure that our leadership in the CTV space is making an impact as well.
So what does fraud look like, and what are you guys fighting or dealing with? How does it manifest, and how are you dealing with it?
Well, I would say that traditionally throughout digital ecosystem, we've seen it manifest in different ways. And what I can tell you for Samsung Ads specifically, we're looking at it through sort of a 4-tiered approach and how we see that happening in CTV specifically. And for us, I would say we start with our operating system, as I mentioned, is our Tizen Samsung operating system on our smart televisions. And that is really the foundation because we own that, and we own both the hardware and the software. We can ensure that is a environment that's free of fraud. So that's sort of our first layer of protection in terms of kind of how we're going about it. And what is really unique about Samsung Ads is that with our operating system, we're able to tell not only that it's not a bot that's behind the screen looking at that ad, but also that we have the ability to ensure that the screen is actually on. So sometimes you'll find and hear about, the screen's not on while advertising's being shown, and that is a brand safe, not a brand safe, way to sell advertising. Obviously, brands are paying to see return on their investment, and so we want to ensure that there's a human on the other side and that the screen is also on. And I would say the second piece of that, going after the operating system, would be that our inventory, right? So we own and control such a large portion of our CTV inventory. And in fact, Samsung TV Plus is the #1 fast app on our Samsung smart televisions, and we continue to see that grow. And because of that, and the native ads, when you think of, okay, I turn on my Samsung smart television or my frame, and I have these beautiful icons or display units while I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to watch with my family after dinner. And you see these pictures and you hover over them. Sometimes they're interactive. Those are our native tile ads. So for both those and our Samsung TV Plus inventory, we own that service. So we own the operating system, we own that inventory, and then we own most of the SSAI that's used to stitch it all together. So that puts us in a really great place. And then the next thing that I would say is that we have the technology stack. So we own our full technology stack. That's not the same across all providers, and I think that allows us to be, again, another layer of protection against fraud. And then finally, we work with partners, right? So we're really choosing best-in-class partners that are in the space, that know this, and we're really bundling up kind of this proprietary approach alongside of other methodologies. So for example, we understand that not 100% of advertisers are going to run and buy hand-sold inventory. So we want to provide that flexibility to them and ensure a fraud-free environment regardless of how they purchase. So with programmatic buying growing, we're continuing to see that trend. We've seen great adoption with Samsung DSP as a testament to that. And so as we continue to see that grow, we want to ensure that we are taking those next steps. And so with our combined approach with third-party methodology, which is why we're excited to partner with human, and our proprietary methodology, I think we're in a really solid spot.
That's great. And moreover, what do you think about CTV versus digital? Which is safer? I mean, it's apples and oranges, or, and what is the state of the safety of CTV?
Well, what I can tell you is I think we've learned so much from mobile, digital, desktop, the last 10 or so years, we've had so many different experiences there. And I think we can apply a lot of those learnings to CTV today. So I don't think that it's apples to apples exactly, right? And specifically for Samsung, we're a little bit uniquely positioned where we own the operating system, we own the hardware, we own a lot of the services and the inventory. Therefore, it's different when you think about how mobile and digital has traditionally been run, where you didn't really see a hardware provider providing all of those components as well, which made it highly susceptible and financially beneficial for fraudsters to infiltrate. So I think we have aligned ourselves and learned so much from that we're setting a really solid foundation to battle that.